One of the weirdest conversations you will ever have as a believer is talking to a non-believer about free will, understanding history. Like, if you know history and you understand like the sociology aspect of different cultures and society as they have risen and fallen throughout the world, talking to a non-believer with that context in the back of your mind is actually pretty daunting. And the reason I say it is because when you think about free will as it pertains to the Christian faith, it is freedom to do whatever you want within the bounds of the law that God has given. When you talk about freedom from a non-believer standpoint, it's freedom to do whatever you want within the bounds of acceptability in society. But the sociology aspect of it and knowing human history, you know that what is accepted in society, the limits of that are extremely far. Like, it's a lot of stuff that people can and will do that is quote unquote acceptable depending on what room you're in. Or in the case of history, what society you're in. And I'm not going to act as if America just has the biggest moral compass known to man. But that's why the Bible says everything that's lawful isn't expedient, because the law, especially during the time that the Bible was written, was essentially Roman government. Like, that's essentially who was running the world at that time, or at least from a biblical perspective, running the world. And they were pedophiles. They were debauchery. I mean, it was worshiping humans, sacrificing kids, sacrificing virgins. Like, they were doing all kinds of crazy stuff in Rome. But it was legally acceptable because it was society accepted it. So now, do we really want to go back to a time where literally if you want to do it, you basically can, as long as society deems it acceptable? The other part of that is it really not free will because there are consequences to your actions? Even from a societal standpoint, if I go steal, I'm going to jail. If I go murder, I'm going to jail. Like, that's how it works. So there are consequences. And in fact, some of these consequences are for the duration of my life. So is it the fact that there are consequences, or is it just that you don't like the eternity aspect of the consequences? Ultimately, you can do whatever you wish to do within the bounds of the law of man, meaning whatever America says you could do within the society, you could do whatever you want to. But God has stipulations that go beyond what man has, that call us to be better, greater, and holy. So ultimately, no Christian's going to tell you that you can or can't do anything, because we don't have a jail to put you in. We don't have a hell to put you in. But at the end of the day, we can say what you should and shouldn't do based off of the law that God has given, because the law God has given is a lot more protective and inclusive in terms of safety and health reasons than the law of man from a historical perspective.